Hey guys, I'm HP. This is Dr. Pink, and today I'm going to talk about easy, creative, pro rock riff. So, what is it all about? It's about how to create a really cool rock riff, which is really on basic chords, but to understand which elements are used to make it sound like a pro. That's what it's about. Sounds way more complicated than it is. It's, yeah. And so on. Learn from the scratch how the whole thing is done. So let's get started. Before we start, please subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification button. Please also join the HPCrazy guitar community for more information, more news and stuff like that. So what are we talking about today? It's a really simple chord progression, 8 bars D, then it goes to B flat, and then it goes to C, and then D, and then B flat, C, and A. So we're gonna, well, let's get to the close view. All right, as I already said, we have 8 bars of D, and we're playing power chords, of course. D5 here, 5th, 6th, 7th fret, 8 bars, then 1 bar B flat, 1 bar C, and 2 bars D again. Same thing again. And then 2 bars A to finish it up. So the easiest way you can do that, we're going to build this really from the scratch. Okay, really simple. You just can do So that was a chord progression, as simple as it is. I just played the chords, did nothing else. So this, of course, sounds like a beginner, and nobody will play it like that, of course. So what we're going to do now, we're going to add elements which you need to know, which make a riff or a progression sound professional, and it's really simple. The only thing you really need to pay attention to is that the stuff which you're doing is precise. So one thing which is always to give, I mean, we only have drum and bass here. First thing, we need to give more drive to the whole thing, and you create that with the palm muted bass note of the chord. In this case, the D, and the B flat, and so on. The thing is, has to be really precise, like that, like staccato, like a machine. Okay, let's do that. It's not as simple as you might think. Has to be really precise. If you're not exactly on the beat, it will not sound good. Now goes the B flat. Well, that will be the first step. If you're really precise, you can add a delay, and this will double up your sound. Now we have a delay. Let's see how the delay is set on the quarter beat of the song, which is in this case 120 beats per minute. So, okay. so on. You see, it already sounds better now. Now we want to have more drive to it. You start slow, and then the trick is when you play something in a professional manner, even simple songs, they always have a dynamic curve. It starts slowly and goes up and up and up to a kind of a climax, then goes back down, and then a second one or maybe even a third one. So we need to build this whole thing up. So you start here with a really simple thing. Okay, I'm gonna switch off the delay now again. If you're really precise, you can work with delay, and that makes your sound like it's double as effective as without. Now to get more tension, you can start to add anticipations. That will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You make an anticipation, you just remove the palm muting on 4 and or 2 and or both. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2, 3 and also when you change chords, you don't change them on 1, you change them on 4 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You change on 4 and this gives some extra drive. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you remove the palm mute with, you just make a rotation with your hand, okay? Let's see how that sounds now. Already sounds better. Now it's still not enough. We need more. Now we want to have the accent stronger. So instead of just doing the bass note with the anticipation on 4 and, just to highlight the bass, and we do the chord. Okay, D5. I selected this one here, but you can also take this one here. Okay. And there you just make a rotation of your hand and then have the upper part of the chord. And if you want to do the 1 and 2 and as well, is also cool. You just make a rotation and hit the other 2 strings of the power chord, okay? And we also, when we change the chord, we hit the full chord, that will be B5. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And when we change the chord, we make the same effect, but with the full chord, just with the rotation we go out. Now it sounds way better. Now in these 8 bars of D we need more movement. We're always playing 1 chord, so you can use little power chord motifs. This one works really good. I'm gonna show you this one here. 3, 2, move up 3 frets, 2 frets, and also here with the open, or if you want to do it in this position. Now you can start wandering with the chord. Same method, use those anticipations and you can do as you want. That's not really a big deal. You just can start to move around, okay? Now comes the next. We need some kind of single note line somewhere, and the best point to put that is at the end of the riff, like when the A comes, and then kind of a 60 note run really works as a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It can be on 4 160 note elements, and it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, or on 3 1 2. Then you put in 2 60 note elements, like, and then you're back. Okay, so let's quickly do only the drums, that you see how you can do that. 1 2. 2 3 4 1. Oh wait, 2 1 2 3. That will be on 4. On 3 will be like this. 1 2 3. Over 8. 1 2 3. You have to prepare this a little bit, because you don't really have much time. The easiest thing to do is just do on 4 a little run. So here, 3 5 3 0. Then you're back. Okay. So let's do this now. Oh. The bass is not playing, now it's playing. One, 2, 3, 4. I missed the 4. Sorry, guys. Yeah. As I said, you really have to prepare that part. Good. Now we want to have more cool stuff. If you want to put more pressure, and then in between, like, you can just let the chords ring. You just make like something like, and then instead of always having that da-da-da, you want to have chords, and when you change the chords to give them more power, you make 1 2 and 3 4 chaka, 1 2 and 3 4 chaka. On the 4 end, you make these dead notes to 60 notes. So 1 2 and 3 4 chaka, 1 2 and 3 4. And also here, when you start to open the chords, you also start to open the chord. You also move these chords around, and you just let them ring. Let's do this now. Okay, now you think, okay, it's not the sound is not thick enough. You can simulate a dropped tuning with just by making super power chords. Here you make the normal power chord 1 2 3 3 and make a barre. Also use the low E string. sounds like a dropped tuning. And then we really have punch now. Also on the D, you use the A as an additional note to get more punch. It's gonna sound like a dropped tuning. One, two, three. And then probably on the next phase you add more signal note lines, as I just did before. So now I'm through with everything what I want to explain. There are basically not so many elements, but if you need to know these elements, I'm going to make a full summary now of all this thing. You can see to build it up from really simple, and the main goal which we want to have is to create a tension. And that's the difference between an amateur player and a professional player. A professional player can always ramp up the intensity more and more and more to a certain point and just build it slowly up and don't make these jumps, you know, like now I just make it, and then intensity start to build up. And therefore you need to know the elements and be creative with them and always add a little bit more, some more, and that's what makes the big difference. Not really more. And of course that you're really precise. Being precise is the A and O of rock guitar. So let's do it now. Really simple. Start simple. Add an element. Yeah guys, I did a little bit the shortcut on this example to not hold it too long here on the screen, because and you can build this up over, I don't know, 5 choruses, but the main thing is that you have this smooth, you know, this smooth wave, so you can have a wave like this, but it should not be like this, you know, like suddenly more intense. It can be that, but you should be able to do both. Put up more intensity, just adding a little bit, more, or full intensity, very little intensity. Always work with extremes. Work with, or else you can also just start with just with one chord, and then slow. You add like a little bit more and more and more and more. That's the main thing, and I hope this tutorial here helped you a little bit to understand how to work with the really simple elements. I mean, the chords are in rock mostly not a brainer, but to control the tone and control what you're doing and always being precise in that. That's the main key to sounding professional, even with simple stuff. Yo, one more to say. If you want to download this backing track for practice and the examples which I showed as tabs, it's available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Please join there with a free member account or a premium member account to download the stuff and also to see my newsfeed Bibabo. Yo, if you love my work, my channel, please share it to all your guitar friends. Help me and Dr. Pink to let the channel grow, and yo, and rock on.